Hello, my people. Now we the nation voice. The voice where they review the secret things when be say the politician then they say they cover. In case you just dey join us for the first time, and na the first time when be say you dey watch us for this channel be this, I say you are welcome. I beg, do me a favor. Press that red subscribe button and that small bell when near am, so that anytime we will take upload new video, you will be the first person to watch. And I pray the same way when you take support us for this channel, now same way when God will take send people when we will support you in everything what you dey do for life. In Jesus' name, amen. And with that, we not waste any of your time again. May we go straight to the news when we get today. All right, my people, you get this video when I want make una watch. I will come back.
Lagos, Nigeria, October 14th. We're at the celebration. And I had a fight with my dad this morning. And when we have these fights, I normally win. And I will win too. For my dad, a special message. Kehinde Taiwo is who I had my son for. Kayode Joshua Taiwo. Okay, Rich KJT Music. Taiwo is his twin brother. For my fans, you wanted me to talk about Sowere. You kept saying, talk about Sowere, talk about Sowere. I kept quiet for a long time. I was gagged because of a conflict of interest. When I found out that Taiwo was the judge in this case, I read it in the newspapers just like anybody else. And I could not call Taiwo. I could not do anything. Okay? So this threatening me with the DSS, it would not work with me. The bed I slept with, the bed I slept on, and you know it, Daddy, the bed I slept on in 1978 during the Ali Moscow riot is the bed Mrs. Mulaya Kuti died in. And I've always told the Kuti children, maybe that's why I'm an activist today, because there was something in that bed. At the end of the day, for the people who went to my dad to tell my dad that Kemi said that Sowere and the judge were friends because they're both from Ondo State, you're enemies of progress. I never said that. It's on Sahara Reporters. We sat down 5 hours on Sahara on Saturday. Nnamdi Kanu, Kayode Ogundamisi, Aisha Yesufu, okay? The so-called enemies of Buhari and the so-called Buharis. I'm on nobody's side. I'm only on Sowere's side. Was Sowere arrested because he was a journalist? Was it because of a story? Like Lakeisha said, the CBN story? Or was it because he was a politician that lost? Our government used to tell us the truth about Sowere. It is wrong. We now remove the judge. Everyone say that. Maybe that's why I didn't talk, because I didn't want to influence anything Taiwo was doing. But at the end of the day, I'm in tears, and I'm telling you now, Nigeria, the one thing people don't like before this country is truth never dies. Go to my Twitter on Internet Africa. Truth never dies. I don't lie. And what I said on Sahara TV, you can all watch it. It was a whole 5 hours. Nnamdi Kanu said his own. I said my own. Everybody said their own. My own thing is this. Justice Ojukwu gave him 100 million. Justice Ojukwu violated the Constitution by saying that even if he makes the bill, he cannot leave Abuja. Sowere's house is in Lagos. Sowere's house is in Lagos. Sowere business is in Lagos. We're now restricting freedom of movement. We're now restricting civil rights. Our fans, the fans, they contributed money on a GoFundMe account. We are working hard to get him to meet the bail conditions. It is time that Nigeria changes. Things I couldn't tell the panel, I'll say it now. Music activism is what brought me here today, because I worked as a music journalist and music publicist in Canada. I sat next to Burna Boy's mom throughout, and I was telling her about the African giant, how we have to use music activism to move this country forward. That's what Fela stood for. That's what this man did. He sang against the government. And yet, President Obasanjo, when he was General Obasanjo, they went up there and took Mama from the third floor and threw her out the window, killing her. And nobody in this country has ever said sorry to that family. Is it not any coincidence that we're in a curse here? It is time, President Jonathan. It is time, President Obasanjo. It is time, President Buhari. It is time. It is time to say sorry to the Kuti family for what we did. The legacy of Fela is not going anywhere. Now everybody's doing Afrobeat. I supported my girl, Tiwa Savage, on 49.99. Who was behind 49.99? It's Fela, suffering and smiling because he wants to jump into the mall way. I dressed up like Tiwa in the video. I went to the event. Then you have Myra Mali. He did a video about jail. He couldn't even wear the Nigerian prison uniform, the green that I wore when they arrested me twice. He had to wear the American one. I asked him, he said he was scared because they will arrest him. We cannot continue to use our security agencies to arrest people. The DSS, a message to you. Please, if you're going to work, you're going to work for us, the people. We have security issues. My house on June 14th, they almost beheaded my son. Okay, my legs. I fought armed robbers in my legs so that they would cut my son's head with a cutlass. My mother, 80 years old, lying down, a former first lady with a gun. Give me all the money, give me the pounds, give me the dollars. SARS is working on it, but without a bribe, they must take a bribe before they can tell me it's my mother's driver that takes her to the Aboki Bureau de Change. Every single person around you, Nigerians, watch them. Watch what they're doing. Watch what they're doing, because your enemy is around you. For the DSS, Department of State Security, please, I want you to think about we the people, okay? We the people is who you serve. Start a Twitter account. I'm the queen of social media. The DSS needs a Twitter account like the CIA and the FBI. We need a Twitter, Instagram, just like EFC. We need to know what's going on. We're not the Gestapo government. The Gestapo arrest for sure really saddened me. I have not slept. So we need you to open social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Tolu Ogunlesi, you work in the federal. Let the DSS have a thing, and don't let us look. The world is laughing at us. We are the great giant of the world. Yes. We are GNA, the great nation of Africa, Nigeria, and we cannot continue. Now, what did you Bobby wine in bomb Nigeria? That's what frustration is. Red berets to war at the orange. I want to show revolution now. Oh, you can't check with like sorry. Revolution in Revolution. You are arresting people. People cannot protest. You're right. I'm going to do my own rally in this Lagos. And I'm joining with the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Sheyi Awolowo, and all of them. All the young people that are making. Sheyi Awolowo is sick. I introduced him to Bello Shagari yesterday. Bello Shagari is the president of the Nigerian Youth Council. I told both of them, Sheyi, Bello, both your fathers were presidents of our country. Grandfathers. Both your grandfathers were presidents of our country. And they contested together. You know, today, and you know, kill a Shefu youth. I will watch for youth become a shitty. I first of all, youth match to my feet, but one other government, to my feet, rich, to my feet, Shebu, to my Moya, because I was in Port Harcourt prison for 6 months. And when I saw there 18 to 25-year-olds, armed robber, kidnapper, ritualist. When they caught David West, I looked at him and said, this boy used to go and get me Gary and everything for 20 naira a day. David West killed 13 women in Port Harcourt. 13 women. When he was in the prison, he told me he was a cultist. The minute I heard the serial killer was tying white things, I knew it was cultist. I was in the prison with him. I was in the prison with JJ and all the boys at Zenith Bank. If you have not seen the video, go and type in Zenith Bank robbery Owerri. Boys not by and prison Pelumi. IPOB boys, walk to prison, one Kusibe. Free these children. The Boko Haram insurgency got spiritual cleansing, counseling. Do it for the IPOB boys. Teach them about Nigeria. We're not separating this country. This country is going to be together. President Buhari, I have 3 first-class degrees. 3 first-class degrees, President Buhari. Pharmacy, journalism, and PR. I have not gotten a job. And my father is a high-ranking politician. I'm not depending on him. I counted 15 ministries that I can work in Nigeria. There's NAFDAC for my pharmacy, Ministry of Information, Science and Technology. Name it. I can even the U.S. ambassador. The Nigerian ambassador to the United States, I can run that shit well. Instead, they put an 82-year-old man there to be our ambassador in Washington. It is time that people like us don't go back to America. My children are American. My children are American. My children are American. I can always go back to America to meet my children, but that's not what I want. You heard what Chimamanda said. Today, Chimamanda and I finally met and we're related. We're cousin-in-laws because Tunuke Balogun, Mrs. Balogun is my dad's sister. Tunike Balogun married Adiche. So Tunike Adiche is Chimamanda's sister-in-law. So Chimamanda is my cousin-in-law. And what Chimamanda said, I find it convenient to come home and to go back and forth. But we have to fix our own country. Yes. Finally, Canada deported me because I fled this country after the 2007 election when they were killing people, attacking every media house in Ibadan, PCOS, everything. When I fled with my children, I was going towards America back, but I stopped in Canada. We'll give you a house. We'll give you a work permit. We'll give you this. Asylum. I stayed. What did I do? But I was doing the right thing in even another country. I was fighting gun violence. They killed an 11-year-old behind my house and an 18-year-old. I had to go to Toronto police. I started working for them undercover. I became the snitch lady. And I solved 13 murders. And I cleaned the community. And Harper said I was antagonizing gun laws meant to kill black children. And I faced Harper and I said, send me back. Everybody inside the Senate of Canada, you know, they were all angry. And a reporter told me Kemi Olunloyo was deported because she spoke out against the gun violence and antagonism. Like Akala said, I accused Canada of antagonizing gun laws meant to kill black children. Akala told you guys today. what they've done to black children in the UK and how they stereotype and everything with the guys. I'm Kemi Omololu.
Thank you.
All right, my people, that is it for that video. It is so unfortunate. Say the people when we be say we supposed to put our trust on, which is the judiciary, say they not give us a short confidence for us to really put our trust in them. Because I believe when something they happen to the masses, with the masses, the common masses, not them, we're supposed to run to. But the case of Nigeria on is different. And then going on again, you get this other video. I know you will have interest in this video. Just watch, I will come back again.
Now in Nigeria, controversy continues to mount over the charges filed against Omoyele Sowere, the former presidential candidate and publisher of the online newspaper Sahara Reporters. Mr. Sowere is accused of 7 counts of treasonable felony and money laundering, as well as insulting President Muhammadu Buhari. Yesterday, a court ordered Mr. Showere's release, but as at the time we were coming on air, he's still in prison. Well, earlier today, I spoke to Nigeria's Minister for Justice and Attorney General Abubakar Malami. I began by asking him why the government was singling out Mr. Sowere.
So we have at hand a situation whereby someone that contested election and lost, and is eventually calling on change of government, revolution and change of government through means other than the constitutionally recognized means. And to our mind, that constitutes a treasonable felony.
Well, isn't that a bit hypocritical? Because the man who you are serving under, President Muhammadu Buhari, he carried out an actual coup in 1983. In 2011, while he was the opposition leader, he called for protests akin to those that were taking place in Egypt.
Well, the Attorney General of the Federation, the issue before me is that of Sowere. So those issues that are not before me...
But Sowere never called for a violent overthrow of government. He just termed his protest revolution now.
A change of government by revolution, through revolution, what does it entail?
He did not call for a revolution, Mr. Attorney General. The title, the hashtag for his protest
revolution
was
now.
Revolution now. He was not calling for a revolution.
And then you now call on change of government through means other than democratic process.
One of the charges against him is also for insulting the president. Come on, Mr. Attorney General.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, treason is treason, and then if there is a case for treason, you are entitled, we have as a matter of obligation and right to present a case before the court. And for your information, we operate a kind of a system of government that recognizes the independence of the judiciary through 3 arms of government. So what we have done is to present our case before the judiciary, which enjoys independence and freedom to determine one way or the other. Not that we have taken the law in our hands by way of adjudging him guilty, but presenting him before judicial process so that he could be accorded an opportunity to present a counter case for the consideration and determination of the court.
Well, but do you agree that cases like this mean that the government's human rights record is coming increasingly under scrutiny and being criticized? I mean, Sowere is not the only one. The treatment of the Shia population in the country, for instance, Dadiyat Abubakar Idris, who is a well-known government critic who is in detention, and then there's also the case of another journalist, Abba Jalingo, who has also been in detention for over 30 days. Well, what is the government scared of? I mean, what are you afraid of?
Well, when we talk of rule of law, it's rooted in constitutionality. So, provided you are called, or you are making an attempt to call for the change of government through means other than means that are constitutionally recognized, you are entitled to be arraigned, and then in arraignment, you are equally entitled to put in your defense. If indeed the court finds otherwise, the government naturally recognizes.
You know, when you defend a wrong cause, now once you take the no, you understand? From the mouth of this very AGF, when he call himself, I don't know, you will know for a mouth say, he himself knows in a wrong cause, now in the defend. You understand? That they ask you one question, very simple question. This revolution wey we be say we dey talk about na the same thing wey be say even General Muhammadu Buhari even lead people to do in 2011. And now you dey tell us now say na the one wey dey present before you now Sowore now you know. And remember say na Sowore wey you know now na the person wey be say he do that revolution on that 2011. Now he be the president now wey be say you as AGF they work under. Whose cause you now they defend now? But you say you not know you now Sowore now you know. My people, I will leave una make una give una own opinion to me on the comment section. And again, there is this video. When I watched this video, I was touched. Yes, it really touched me. See this video and I will come back for the conclusion. Thank you.
And vote down. Kogi election was war. It was war, and it was evident because my mother paid the price. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Give us justice. Give our family justice. Give my mother justice. Okay. Give Nigerian women in politics justice.
Sorry.
5 buildings were burned in my compound.
All right, my people, that one are children of Mrs. Salome Abu, the women leader of PDP, when be say they born with house for Kogi State during election. That was the last election when be say Yahaya Bello become the governor of Kogi State. Remember, the people were involved in this election and then INEC still approve as the winner. This one a country where we say we have Mr. Integrity as our president. Now so I will talk and reach. Make una help me differentiate who the fool who for comment section. And I just want to use this moment to say thank you very much for your time and your support. When we say una don't support us since for this channel. And now so God will continue to support una in everything we be say una they do. Una comment to call very, very important. Give us a comment, may we know the next way to follow. As you do so, God will continue to bless una. Until I see you again when I see you. Bye-bye.